Julianne Lepp. It's so great to be with you this morning. And I thought we would do our morning meditation on hope right now in the midst of election season and the unfortunate rise of COVID numbers in Wisconsin. A lot of us are feeling the heaviness of this time. So I wanted to focus on the things that get us through difficult times. Our opening words this morning are from Gary Kowalski. With faith to face our challenges, with love that casts out fear, with hope to trust tomorrow, we accept this day as the gift it is, a reason for rejoicing. That's a great concept to think of each day as a gift, each moment as an opportunity to engage in hope, love, and the things that we want to define our lives. And that's something that often helps me when I'm feeling like things are outside of my control is I think, how can I put my intention into a place that is positive? How can I put myself into this moment that makes hope come alive, that makes me come alive and feel surrounded by love? If you have a candle with you, I encourage you to get it and you can light it with me. I know that light and candles also help us when we are feeling that things are dark. This morning we'll light the chalice with words from Lois Van Leer. We light this chalice not because we must, but because we may. We light this chalice not because we have truth, but because we each come bearing and seeking many truths. We light this chalice in connection across culture, distance, class, and language. We light this chalice that our religion may be a beacon of light, hope, and justice. We light this chalice to kindle our hearts and to kindle our minds. And this particular candle was one that I had found at when my son Aaron was in Montessori, and it was made by an artisan. And I love it because it's got this antler that was found in the woods. It's I think this is birch bark. It's got a little pine cone, some evergreen. And it's those found things, those unexpected things that often give me hope. Those moments of joy. Light our chalice now. Come on, light, you can do it. There we go. There's something about matches too that I really enjoy more than using a lighter. It's that spark of the flame, and that smell brings me back to some childhood memories. So when we're thinking about hope, it's not that oh, rose-colored glasses. It's that real thing that buoys us up out of what's hard. And when I think about hope, I think about yesterday, the many different ways that people celebrated Samhain and Halloween. It was with COVID numbers rising in Wisconsin, people were very concerned about how do we celebrate Halloween safely. Some people trick-or-treated at home with their children. Some used little devices that made the candy shoot out. And I saw other people in our neighborhood with tables, and they had fires in their driveway. And when later on in the evening, when I looked up at that big blue moon and the wind and the sound of the trees, and I thought, okay, this is still Halloween. We can still celebrate. We can still do these things. And we think about what it is that feeds us and that helps us out in times when we need light and nurture and love. So I invite you now to move into a time of meditation, thinking about those lights, those jack-o'-lanterns that we put out. There's so much history about why we put a light out when it is dark. So I invite you to think about that light in the jack-o'-lantern, the light that cast out shadows and cast out fear. And what is it that can give you hope in this time? What is it that will lift your heart? See if you can feel that in your body. So I invite you into this time of quiet and hope. I'm going to ring the bell. See if you can gentle your gaze, gentle your breath. We'll have a moment of meditation. Bring your awareness back to your body. Feel the changes of that quietude and how it gentles yourself. We come back to this place and to this moment where hope rises, the light continues. It's funny, there's the song that I've sung since I was a child, This Little Light of Mine. And if you're familiar with Jonah, Joining Our Neighbors, Advancing Hope, that's our local interfaith justice group that our congregation belongs with, along with Temple Shalom and other congregations in Eau Claire in the Chippewa Valley. And John Stedman was the community organizer for many years, and that was one of his favorite songs. And he would just shout it out. And we often did it at the end of our end of the year celebration. So I want you to think about, what is the light? This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Think back to your childhood self, bring it into who you are now. What is our light that we're shining into the world when we vote, when we sing, when we live out our values? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. You can join with me at home if you want. This is the light of mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And we cast that out into the world, knowing not how it ripples out, how our words of kindness, how our hope, our light changes the paradigm that we live in, changes ourselves as each day we choose how we're going to start our day, what we're going to lift up, the words we use, whether in kindness or anger, the hope that we try and wrap ourselves in as we move our way through a difficult world. What is it in this time that's going to bring you joy? What is it in this time that will lift you into the next space? I'm going to do another reading this morning. In times of darkness, we stumble toward the teeny flame. In times of cold, we seek the warming fire. In times of repression, we reach for the lamp of truth. In times of loss, we pray for the comforting light. In times of joy, we light a candle, a celebration. Spirit of life, as we kindle this light, help us find what we need this day. So I'm going to light another candle. I think need a little more light today with our falling back and shorter days. Remembering that each season has a gift. And sometimes in this season, have to look a little bit harder for light. But even that search and that creation of it creates something in me that looks for light instead of staying in that place of helplessness or hopelessness. And sometimes we need to go there, right? We need to feel our feelings, but just not stay in those places, because that becomes who we are if we stay there too long. So I reach out my hand to you and I reach out this light to you. I hope that your week is one of light and hope, and knowing that it is election week, there are going to be some listening spaces in our congregation. If you are interested and don't get our emails, I'll make sure a visitor form is put into our comments so that you can get our emails and know the different things that we offer. We'll have some listening spaces during election week for those that need it. I wish you peace this day. I wish you light this day. Namaste and blessed be.